Hello and welcome to the Wicked Edition. I'm Dr. Kingori. This is yet another classic episode for you. Remember, we have covered different professions on this show, from aviation, hiyo ni mambo na ndege, flying, hiyo ni mambo na ndege, kila kitu. Flying, aviation safety, na tukauliza retired Captain Kiboi na Magi Wamboi maswali kama zote. Ndege ikishaenda imeenda. Ukioko 10,000, 20,000 feet.
Yes.
So kutoka na mlango itakusaidia na nini? And you loved it. We have done like 3 episodes on the police na ile akina Agina Kwaches being the most recent.
Hii upolisi hauileti kwa relationship. Ukifika pale kwa relationship, mimi ni demu ni chali. Finito.
Oh really?
Yes.
Haikuangi ati option
Si
either
ati,
ulale
sasa,
ndani ama
let me
ulale
answer.
ndani. You loved it too. Tumefanya story ya military and where we brought retired Major Wairimu Mukuria and former Special Forces soldier Byron Adera, just to mention some of the most informative episodes we have done. Now all this time kumbe we have never touched on medicine, and I think that's why kila mtu anaulizanga mimi ni daktari wa aina gani?
Are you a doctor of medicine or a doctor of theory?
Don't ask about that. Now,
Come on.
yes, you have to be conscious. but I
Daktari,
think-
what do you treat?
Sa kumbe leo ndio ile siku. We have 2 of the finest minds in the health sector, so brace yourself for a very healthy conversation. Now, the acting Secretary General of the KMPDU, Dr. Mwachonda Chibanzi, is in the house. Also in studio is my fellow learned friend. I hope you don't have a problem with that intro. Kama unafikiria sijasoma, nimeisoma hapa tu sahi hata mimi. My fellow doctor, Dr. Nyachira Muthiga, is in the house. Also, this is one of the episodes that come with a backup of good news. Watu wa usiku sako, I have a special package for you from Telkom Kenya. Now, there's a new offer in these streets. I'm talking about 5 GB at 50 bob only, or 700 MBs daily, coming with an extra backup ya 700 MBs night bundles valid from midnight. Ukiuliza wase wa mtandao watakwambia sa hapo ndio siku inaanza. I'll give you more details on that in a bit. I'll be speaking to Dr. Nyachira and Dr. Mwachonda, who are experts in the field of medicine. But first, we need to talk about the experts who decided to treat us abnormally. Everyone hoped the president will open up the country. Alafu Saturday ndio Wakenya wakagundua kumbe hii butu wa mnasikianga kwa composition na insha, kumbe ni kitu mnaweza ona in person.
Some, myself included, wanted us to open up now. That was and is still my desire.
That was not funny. What's funny is where all the hope that the president would open up the country started.
Hatuwezi kuendelea maisha na curfew. Na tukifungua
Kama ni hopes, what is it that the president has not delivered in 8 years that you expected him to deliver in 5 days? However, first, I think it's important to focus all our energies in the right place. The president is not to blame here. He said it himself, that he wished at the time of the speech and was still willing to open the economy, lakini experts wakakataa. So the question is, kwa nini wanakutuma? How experts ungewacha sisi tuongee na wao? We would have come to understanding. Who are these experts, by the way?
our brain trust, our experts, some of whom are standing behind us.
Isn't it ironic that in that video there is no one behind the president? But hizi ni vitu tumezoea. Ni mara ngapi mtu amekunyima kitu na unaiona? Ati ndugu yangu unaenda town. Si uniweke hapo Nyayo. Hata siendi town, sasa nimefika. But at least hatukutoka bure on Saturday. The dusk to dawn curfew was extended from 7 p.m. To 5 a.m. which vile ilikuwa to 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. So basically, waliongeza giza na 2 hours, waka-extend mchana na 1 hour. So in layman's language, that's 1 step forward, 2 steps backwards. And if you think you got it hard last Saturday, you should find comfort kwa ile masaibu ilionekana Kirinyaga County this week. MCAs spent the night at the county assembly offices just to impeach Governor Waiguru. That statement makes them sound like very hardworking people. Hati Buddha, umesikia ma MCA wa Kirinyaga walilala job. Sounds like hard work until you find out that kulala walikuwa melala, literally. And here's why.
Nobody in the assembly who voted to impeach Waiguru, and we are very happy about that.
Okay, hebu tuachane na mambo ya impeachment kwanza. Hiyo ni mask kama ni scarf ya mdomo. What is mheshimiwa protecting? Now, I think amevaa hiyo mask hivyo ndio achunge kile anasema. Now, one thing you've got to give to the Kirinyaga MCAs is that theirs was the most peaceful impeachment ever. Have you seen how Kisumu MCAs conduct an impeachment? Mimi ukiniuliza naweza sema hiyo ndio inaitwa COVID-19. Coffee hapa, coffee pale. Na bado sijaongelea Nakuru, sijaongelea Nyeri. Now, Kirinyaga MCAs knew they were impeaching their governor, but instead of war, they decided to sleep on it. Tukiwapo kwa sleeping, watu wa usiku sako, I've got good news to keep you awake all night. And the good news is from Telkom Kenya, I'm giving out 1,000 bob airtime. And I'm going to read out the 12 digits live on air. Ukipata hiyo credo, send me a screenshot on any of my social media platforms. That is Dr_Kingori on Twitter and Instagram. Dr. Kingori on Facebook, that's Dr. Kingori. Alafu I'll add you another 1,000 bob or not. So, for the digits, na mkairada. Hizo digits za hiyo credo. Hii ni ya wajanja. Between 0 and 1, kuna 10 digits. I'll be reading out the 10 digits before the end of this first part of the show, so karada. That said, hapo juu, I mentioned a few professions that we have featured on this show. Na kama umekuwa ukifuata show for the past few weeks, you'll definitely have noticed that our focus has been on the construction sector. We actually have a dedicated segment for that. Now, my friend Bernardo Diero anakuanga kinichocha sana vile alifanya job ya mjengo, but sijawahi kuwa na proof. Well, this week, nilimpeleka kwa interview kwa ofisi za Toolkit iSkills, one of the companies I've mentioned adversely on this show. Ndio niweze kujua ni area gani alikuwa anacheza muziki. This was fun. Check it out.
Inaweza enda shule tunataka pepa upewe ya koroga. Yaani umepoa hapo hujai inuka ukakuwa fundi. Unakuanga tu kwa hiyo part ya koroga. Hapo pia ina make sense kweli unatafuta pepa hapo.
Ndio ati niko na certificate ya koroga ama diploma ya koroga.
Hakuna nini ya koroga at the moment, but unajua watu wa koroga pia ni wenye wanatumika kwa mawe, si ndio? Wengi wao ni wa mawe. Hao tunawaita masons. Hao ni masons. So unaweza pata certificate ya masonry. Hiyo ni competence ya kuonyesha umelani hiyo kazi, hiyo skill na uko nayo as a mason.
Kuna mtu amefanya mjengo for 20 years, ni pro, akona makija amejenga, si ndio? But to have an edge anahitaji kupata certificate. Na hajui kuandika, unaget? How will he copy the exam?
The system yenye sisi tunatumia yenye tuna encourage watu watumie kupata certificate ni through the National Industrial Training Authority. Test inakuanga 90% practical. So mtu kama huyo hata kama hajui kuandika jina, anaweza saidiwa andike jina yake. But Kenya atakuwa tested ni ile skill ako nayo. Na hiyo skill umesema amefanya 15 years, already anaweza show up hapo. Akishow up anapita exam.
So kama yeye ni fundi noma sana, anaweza pata 92% ya kuandika jina.
Anaweza pata 92%.
Mtihani ya fundi ni 90% practical. So mtu anasomeaje mtihani? Mtu anasomeaje exam? How do you revise?
Mtihani 90% practical, but you need hata kurevise vile. So umesema umefanya kwa mjei miaka 10. So uko na hiyo skill, uko na hiyo ujuzi, already unaijua. So Kenya unaenda kutestiwa ni kitu unajua. Kenya tu tutakuprepare ni siku ya exam, ni nini unafaa kubeba kama ID yako, umake sure uko nayo. Juu utakubalishwa kukaa chini ufanye exam kama una vitu kama hizo.
Si mambo na notes ya tunaenda kurevise usiku kesho ni exam.
Ama ununue kokoto
unajenga unabomoa. Ama kokoto unapata huko kwa exam room.
Kwa exam hizo vitu zote utapewa, zile vitu unahitaji ama Kenya NITA ndo wataset exam. Kenya watataka kukutest nayo, hizo vitu zote zitakuwa prepared.
How does one get to join Toolkit?
Tuko na njia 3 venye watu wanaweza taka kujoin. Unapata kuna hizi non-governmental organization zenye zinataka kusponsor watu. Unaelewa? Yes. So wanakujanga wanatuambia tuko na watu wanataka kuwa sponsored, especially kutoka pengine informal settlements, na wanataka kufanya technical skill training.
Yes.
Unaelewa? So wakikam kwetu hao wana expertise ya kutrain. Hao wako na watu na wanataka kuwa sponsor. So sisi tunakaa chini, tunaangalia hao watu wametoka area gani, tunawa-assess kila kitu, tunaona ni wa kutoka Eastlands. So tunatafuta ile shule tuko na understanding nayo, MOU, tuna enroll huko, wanakuwa trained na hiyo shule. Ya pili kuna yenye unapatanga wasee kwa familia wamesema kijana wetu anakanga tu mtaani, tunawasaidia kuenrolio kijana. Njia ya tatu, kuna wenye wanakujanga kama Bernard anakam anasema mimi ni mfundi, nimefanya kwa mjengo miaka kadhaa, nahitaji certificate. Unaelewa? But unajisponsor, umefanya kwa mjengo, umekonga ukisave to saving twako juu sasa unataka kuendelea ama unataka hata kufungua kampuni yako. Na compliance moja ya kufungua kampuni ni hizo makaratasi. Si expensive, ni yote mtu wa mjea anaweza afford, but Kenya si advise watu ni vizuri kushikana kama mkiwa kama group. Kama squad. Hiyo inakuanga at least a little bit cheaper kuliko uzito yote na kuangukia wewe peke yako.
Sasa mimi kitu imenifurahisha King'ori, hata sisi watu wamekuwa wakitucheka huku, ukikutana mtu mkikosana na mtu amesoma tu I have papers, I have, hata watu wa mjengo tunaenda kuwa na papers.
Now over to myself back in studio. All this has been made possible by Habitat for Humanity, which is an organization with a long history of promoting affordable and adequate housing across the globe. Hiyo ni dunia yote. And towards this end, Habitat for Humanity wako na branch inaitwa Tawilga Center for Innovation in Shelter, and it is supporting and promoting housing innovation and solutions through market-based approaches. Now, among the center's programs ni kama housing construction labor, and this is a program that seeks to improve access to and adoption of quality housing construction services, na such ni kama zilizo services na providiwa na mafundi. Now, our main topic today is a special dedication to the frontline workers in the health sector, to be specific, doctors, aspiring doctors, former and aspiring patients. Mnajua nyinyi watu wangu, so nikiwaambia ni moto itakuwa moto. But before we extend this conversation to the second part of the show, I owe you the 10 digits between 0 and 1 to make up the 12 numbers in a 1,000 bob Telcom scratch card. The numbers, Karada, the numbers between 0 and 1 are 9, 5, 7, 5, 0, 5, 9, 8, 2, 3. I'll repeat. The numbers between 0 and 1 ni 9, 5, 7, 5, 0, 5, 9, 8, 2, 3. Load it up. Ikiingia kwa simu yako, send me a screenshot on Dr_King'ori on Twitter and Instagram, Dr. King'ori on Facebook, alafu ni kuongeze thao ingine. And this is all courtesy of Telcom Kenya. And in this promo, everybody wins in some way. Just dial *544# uone vile usiku sako bundles zinatesa. That said, we have Dr. Mwachonda and Dr. Nyachira. Dr. Mwachonda ni wa KMPDU, all on the second part of the show. So see you guys in a bit. Welcome back to the Wicked Edition. I'm Dr. King'ori. Like I promised you, tuko na show nzito sana, and we have in studio the Secretary General, acha niseme acting, for the sake of professionalism, acting Secretary General wa KMPDU. Acha nisijichoche na ma acronym sahi, because my medicine practice is in a different field. Dr. Mwachonda Chibanzi is in the house. We also have in studio a personal friend, also a doctor, a long time friend, isn't it?
Yes.
Msiningarie sana. Dr. Nyachira is also in the house. Karibuni sana.
Asante.
Do you guys have your favorite patient? As in, maze, this is my favorite disease bana. Maze, mimi mtu akiniletea cholera mimi kwa home. Do you have that?
No, I don't think there's a favorite illness.
But
there are some favorite patients, like the patient who does as instructed.
Yeah.
You know, you actually look forward. I don't know if you've had. Then there are those we call.
Not, of course, there's that.
We call science patient, the one who followed prediction.
Is a favorite in terms of, maze, u patient alikuwa sawa. I'd love to treat you again.
No.
As in,
no.
maze, see you soon. As in, amnanga
No. We want you to go. Go and be fine. Don't come back. Preferably.
We don't want people to be sick again until you come back and treat you.
Maze, come back. Maze,
No. Once you're well, you're good. We just pray that you don't come sick again,
yes.
you know.
Yani, you guys don't have that relationship with your customers?
No, we don't have that separation anxiety. However, we hope that our service was good for you.
Yes.
That if you find yourself in a similar situation,
yes,
that you actually trust us enough to come back.
Yeah.
When it comes to practice, what's the hardest part your job?
Lots of patients.
The hardest part for me, I'll be honest, is not treating. The hardest part is dealing with outcomes of treatment that are not up to what you expected. Like
Dealing with outcomes.
Yes, outcomes. Like I see a patient and I've done everything as per the book. My expectation is that tomorrow I'll discharge this patient to go home. And I come and the following day the patient
is gone.
Either dies when I'm there or died. That's very tough. The other part is actually talking to people about their illnesses when they're very severe.
Okay.
Like here we are now, we are looking at palliative care, which means we can't treat you anymore to make you recover. That's because that's now human connection.
And have you ever written off a patient halafu ukakutana na yeye Yesu alikuja na hakutumana, so he's out there walking.
It has happened.
Nitaenda. Sidio mimi huyu. Sidio. Daktari gani? Have you ever had such a case?
No, not for the patient was not expressing themselves like that, but there are patients who you see them and in your mind you're like, this one I might not find them here tomorrow. And actually tomorrow they are very happy to see you.
Not tomorrow. I'm talking about a year later. Strong.
Oh, a year later.
Let me tell you, but they are very interesting story when you're talking about that. So I think this is almost 5 years ago.
Yes.
Patient comes in, cut by a panga here. Bleeding. So
imefika kwa pulmonary artery.
It was half an inch.
Tuongee kama we know these things.
It was half an inch from the jugular and the carotid. So by the time because he'd been clamped ni hizo scissors ndogo. So we opened each suturing. By the time we opened it fully, in fact we just said this guy is lucky because it was, you're seeing
it had not reached the gullet.
It was half an inch. It has cut up until half an inch remaining to get to the jugular and the carotid here.
Which is the most dangerous, the jugular or the gullet?
Gullet.
Esophagus. Haikufikia hiyo pipe ya hewa.
Esophagus iko ndani.
Half an inch ni huku nje.
You see this you see this pap here.
In the outskirts ya mali ya
where there is this just beneath the skin.
But it haiko imefikia place pia pipe ya.
And so that guy we did our best and he went into, he'd lost a lot of blood. Of course, when you try we had finished now, we were trying to open him up. By then, this story was very interesting because we were 3 of us. Out there, the entire community has come. So we saw him, he was paper white, like there's no blood in circulation, very little. So we called the lab, we got 4 units, he was very lucky. So one of us had to actually unscrub from theater to go and talk to the relatives just to tell them, by the way, we have managed to stop your bleeding for the patient, but doesn't look good because we knew him surviving was going to be difficult. In fact, we did our best. We had to pump in the blood using syringes, not let it run through.
Yes.
So after 3 units of pumping it, the guy actually did. I can tell you, the anesthetist jumped and said, Jesus Christ.
Akarudi back to life.
Yes, and then the interesting thing is 3 months later, I'm in the hospital corridor.
Yes.
I hear someone tap me. I'm like, yes.
It was the guy.
Unanikumbuka? Nikamwambia no. Mimi nilikuwa nimekatwa hapa, kanionyesha.
So basically,
I was like,
moral of the story ni mwenye alimkata na panga knew when to stop.
I don't think alijua when to stop.
No.
As in but he stopped at the right time.
Yeah, he was lucky.
Na wewe hauna story ya nini kuokoa maisha?
Actually, now that it's narrated, I remember this lady, and this happened actually about 4 months ago. So this lady had been treated for a heart disease and had been started on treatment, and then she got a reaction, an alapri.
Yes.
And so she got what we call angioedema. Her tongue was very swollen. It was really bad.
Swollen as in?
Ikajaa kwa mdomo.
You can't see it.
So she could barely breathe. It was really bad.
Yes.
So of course, what happens in some illnesses, it changes even your appearance. Like how you look when you're well, and how you look when you're unwell is very different.
Yeah.
And so later on, maybe 2 weeks later, I walk in and I sort her out. Now she had come in with high blood pressure, and we were trying to reduce that. So I'm sorting her out. I'm going on with my business. She's like, I want to talk to you because now my shift was over and I was about to leave. She's like, I want to talk to you. And so I joke about it. I'm like, hey, you want to talk when I'm about to leave? So she's like, no, you have to come and talk to me.
Yes.
So I go back. She's like,
but see, her tongue is swollen.
No, this is after she's better now.
Oh, now she can talk.
Another time.
Yes.
That has been sorted and it has resolved.
Okay.
This is 2 weeks later.
Yes.
So she looks like a totally different person.
Transformed
kabisa. I can't even. She's like, have you ever seen me? I'm like, no, I have not seen you.
The
Like,
last
you
time I
can't
saw you
remember
couldn't
me.
talk.
No, I can't even remember that she's the one.
Amechange kabisa.
Then she reminds me, and I just was like, wow.
And when you meet such people,
No, but now that affirms, it affirms the work that you do.
and when you meet such people, kama huyo wapanga, don't you get the feeling, you owe me your life, man? As in,
No.
I think for you the satisfaction is that
Yeah.
he came in a state that was what you call near death.
Yeah.
But out of the actions that you did,
Yes.
he survived and is walking. That gives a lot of peace and satisfaction knowing that I've helped someone actually stay alive. But it's not you.
It actually gives you a lot of humility.
it's not you who say, you,
I think
you can't,
it
you're
actually
being modest.
puts
You can't take the credit.
It puts you in a state of humility. It is just humility, by the way. There are things you don't take credit for. It's not possible. Because so it means you'll take blame for the ones who die.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you can't pick this and not the other. It actually puts you in a state of both outcomes,
Yes.
very good and very bad. They actually just put you in a
So
state
the bad
of,
outcomes are there to neutralize the good outcomes.
No, actually,
balance.
every doctor who goes to work hopes for a
We
good
all hope for
day.
the best. You don't want to go home and
Yeah.
start thinking, and it happens to us, by the way.
Yeah.
And then what's
Start
the term?
thinking of
What's the term for
that
a
patient
doctor
that I
killing
lost.
it? As in, sisi unajua kwa comedy ni, mazee umeua. As in, what's for your kind of doctors?
There are no heroes in medicine.
kabisa.
So there are really no heroes. Sometimes
But we are
if
calling you
you're
heroes during this COVID times.
No, among us, in our circles, this situation, Dr. Mwachonda, please come.
Okay.
It's
teamwork.
It's teamwork.
It's
Because you
teamwork,
see, in
yeah.
the
A lot
care of
of
a
teamwork.
patient, there are nurses, right? There is the pharmacist who dispensed the medication. There is the cleaner who ensured that the place was... For one patient,
Yes.
there is a lot of work that goes into it.
Okay. Na shift yako ikiisha, na ulikuwa umetoa roho ya mtu ndio imetoka. As in, ndio
Haiwezi isha
umeishikilia.
mpaka umalize.
Shift yenu ni job ikiisha.
So
you have to return the
in
heart.
such a situation, is until you finish what you are doing.
Oh, by the way, you know, it could be you're supposed to leave in the next 2 minutes. Your
Yes.
time is up.
And it starts
And then
then.
next thing a patient comes in a very bad state, you will
Yeah.
have to finish with that patient fully.
There are
before
times you
leave.
find yourself at work for 36 hours.
Yeah.
You stand longer. Well, and the interesting thing is you actually forget that you are just
Yes.
about to leave. Yes.
But sasa after 36 hours, what more can you give? So you've given the 24 that is standard for everybody.
Now that one is the one I call passion.
You do
The
the
ability-
best you can.
the
but
ability to
I mean, it's the
stretch.
adrenaline, I think, and also to you're focusing on need to help you, I need to help you, I
Yeah.
need to help you, I need to help you.
Yeah.
So at times you even forget that you actually haven't eaten.
Yeah.
So when you start feeling, okay, I have so many colleagues who've actually almost collapsed in theater. That's when I told, okay, fine, now where you've reached,
Yes.
you need to go and rest. You see, that's how much the sacrifice is.
I understand. Hata mimi nakula rahisi na hiyo jina yenu. But then when it comes to surgery, umefungua mtu ndani, si ndio? As in which is the easiest part kutreat, kutoka juu kwenda chini ama huko kwingine?
There's no easy part.
There's no easy part.
Okay, basi which is the fun part?
There's no fun part.
I don't think
You
there's
see,
fun.
I
Huku juu
think-
unajua, huku juu
you
I
know-
would think there are so many wires. So huko chini ni mguu imeingia kwa hii na hii ingine and a few muscles. Is there a difference?
It's interconnected.
Oh, it's
The body is a
interconnected.
The body is
system.
interconnected. It's,
It's
a
a
system.
system.
Your head and the brain controls your movements
Aya,
and everything.
and you've seen a human heart ile ya ukweli.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mmefungua mkaona alafu mkafunga.
Yeah.
So when you see the guy again, unajiambia I know you inside out.
let me tell you the beauty is,
Yes.
you open me, you open her, and we open you. Whatever we'll see is very similar. If it's the heart, in terms of its structure, it's blood. You see, so it's very similar, by the way. The body is very similar. In terms of blood circulation, in terms of the organs, they're all shaped the same. Some slight variations due perhaps due to certain modifications naturally, but it's the same. So your heart, my heart, and her heart
Yes.
Yeah.
probably might vary maybe in size a bit, but in reality, the
It's a
morphology
heart.
is the same. It's a heart. So you can't say, if they were to be removed and put here and you're told, pick
your heart.
Kingori's heart, pick Nyachira's heart,
But
without,
you know
without
my
any
heart.
label,
My
you
heart
can't.
is full of joy. As in, you can't see these things.
You can't. Those are expressions and emotions. The heart is a very physical organ.
As in, there's no signs for emotions wakati you're operating. Ati huyu jamaa anakuanga. Hii ni kiburi. As in, unatoa kiburi.
No, hiyo
hakuna hizo manini.
Hakuna hiyo.
In the field of medicine, Daily Nation recently carried a headline wanasema ati most students have chucked out of picking medicine as a course. And hii career yenu ni ile many are called but few are chosen. Sindio? You said it yourself. There are people who quit. Kwa ile round ya let's see campus vile what you are going, kuna watu wanaachia hapo. Sindio? So, which means success rate ama in terms of for lack of a better word, turnover. And the people who joined and the people who finish is very low.
True.
How do we, as in, can we ever get enough doctors if that's the spirit? And what's the hope for students? As in, what should people prepare for the ones who are watching now wanataka kufanya medicine? And that can be answered by both of you. Una represent madem or to represent yama boys?
So she can start first.
Oh, ladies
madem
first.
kwanza, sindio?
I think medicine is a very fulfilling career. It is one of the, and the reason I called it humbling experience is that people come to you and they're very vulnerable and they look at you as though this is the beginning of the solutions that they're seeking for. So it's very humbling. Whether people pick or not, it's usually based on, back then it was, you either become a doctor, a lawyer, an architect. There were two more, an engineer, and another one I forget. But now, of
pilot,
course, with options, and pilot. With options, it's good. I mean, look at you, Kengori. There are options. There are other career options, and people are doing well. So not to underestimate any career. But medicine has a way, it pushes all your limits. In fact, all those things people write in CVs, I can work under pressure, I can work for long hours. Medicine exploits all those things in one person.
Medicine is a social science. In fact, what it does is it gives you a very wide angle of how you see life, Because you see life from inception, in the same hospital, like you can have experiences like I've had where in the morning, between 8 and 10, you are delivering a baby, and then from 10 to 12, you're conducting a postmortem.
Okay.
That's full spectrum from birth to death, and that's life.
Yes. And that's probably every day in your life.
Yes,
yeah.
So you imagine going through that. So it gives you a wide angle, and also it exposes, and that's where the union comes in that you're asking about. It
welfare
makes
of doctors.
Not just welfare of doctors. You see, as doctors, we see these people, we see Kenyans suffer so much. And you realize that this suffering is perhaps because of the system of governance, perhaps because the healthcare system is not being given the correct financing, the correct attention it deserves for people not to suffer. And you look at social protection and social services, I mean, every Kenyan, even in our constitution, has the right to the highest attainable quality of health.
Okay.
You get. So when you see all that, and I like about our generation of doctors who are really passionate about change in the society and not just. So yes, we fight for the doctors, but the bigger picture is that it is the experiences you see Kenyans suffering, those Kenyans who cannot afford to go private facilities to pay, and they tell you, I don't have the money.
Okay.
You see, so out of that, you start seeing, okay, you ask yourself, where is the problem? You realize this person doesn't have, all they do is pay taxes and get
the
so then you come out and you start saying, this needs to be done, this needs to be done. So that's how you get the change.
So strike zen was kwangi selfish. It's
They are not.
for the welfare of doctors, but also in the best interest of the people who deserve.
In fact,
the
our
best.
pillars are two.
Yes.
Welfare of doctors and quality provision of healthcare to Kenyans. Right to health.
Classic. Alafu, before I let you go, hii ni clarification yangu. Two questions. One, the near-death experiences. You've been with people from the full spectrum of life when someone's coming into the world and when others are leaving. When they are leaving, I'm told of rumors that they see Jesus. As in, right before, when they start seeing the Lord. You can't act like a channel of communication like that. Do you have to go on? As in, hakuna negotiation. You've never interrogated the idea of what goes on in that moment because you are witnesses.
In that moment, we are trying to conduct resuscitation. So we are not party to the activity.
What's happening on the
what is happening in the background.
Yes, wafanye kazi yake, nyinyi mfanye kazi yenu. That's the divide.
Actually, it's very, It's a very interesting conversation when you have it that way, because that is what happens after. That's what they tell you after. If they've not died, they tell you this is what they... So otherwise, the ones who went didn't give us feedback.
So Malaika did not, as in you fought with angels, like wanamtaka huko na nyinyi mnawataka huko.
So we fight all the time. We fight each time. You don't take chances.
In fact, we put into context, I think, you see, for us, the focus is life.
Not
so if
afterlife.
it's going away, you want to keep it. And that's why you start resuscitating. Is the patient breathing? Is the patient, is the heartbeat? You know, do you have a heartbeat? You know, is there circulation? You start checking all those. Is there a pulse? That's where your focus is. And at that point, you're telling yourself at the back of your mind, please don't go.
But we actually become very spiritual. We actually almost become very spiritual.
But don't you stop to think about what would happen. Like, let's say this patient was to go to heaven, but then they come back as a sinner. You know, you've sabotaged their chances. No, do you ever think about that?
No.
No.
The concept of, as doctors, time ya mtu ikifika imefika. Don't you get to a point like, Jesus is calling you. Pia unajua ni kichwa ngumu, unaitwa na Mungu na unakataa.
No, one of the things for me is the Jesus was termed as a great physician. And that's why I started by saying I find medicine as a very humbling profession.
So there are times that you get to pray for your patients.
Oh, yes. I mean, we pray a lot. I don't think I am yet to find a doctor who doesn't quietly in their heart whisper a prayer. Sometimes you are actually at the end.
Okay. Ulikuwa unasema kitu pia?
Yeah, regarding
about
that,
the promotion to higher glory.
Yeah, I think perhaps the only experience I've had was a patient who was going. So the daughter came and said she's not breathing, so I went back. We resuscitated for like almost an hour. Then now the debrief of what had happened to the family. She tells me, by the way, daktari, ameniambia huyo daktari ukimuita atakusaidia. Yeah, I think that relates to what you're saying. So that's what the patient told to the daughter. Hata daktari ukimuita atakusaidia. Now that was the daughter telling me after we've gone through the whole phase of trying to resuscitate the patient, and then we finally lost the patient.
Yes.
So perhaps maybe it has a link to
and that's
what
the
you're
worst
saying.
part for a doctor, watching someone you've actually taken care for.
Yes, pass away. Yes.
And you've had, as in you've practiced for how many years?
5 years.
5 years?
Yes.
You've practiced for?
7th year now.
I've practiced for 10. I've done all of you guys. But anyway, congratulations, asanteni sana for the good work you're doing. I believe for this show, we only have half an hour to exhaust as much as we can about medicine. And I think, and everyone agrees, especially notification gang, wale watu wetu wa YouTube, I believe sahi wanafaa kuwa na good news wamechangamka because, wanafaa kuwa wamechangamka because of the good news we've shared from Telkom Kenya. So I believe we can do this again.
Yes.
We can do this again. Kwanza wewe, all the best na all the best pia kwa your field. Na asanteni sana kwa patience yenye nyi kuwa nayo. Sijui kama nyi upata pia patience sumbua. Mtu hataki kupona. Kama high school students, mtu anajua akipona ataacha kukula mchele. You have those cases.
Human beings behave differently. So, I mean, it's a cocktail. Yeah.
But we are all the same inside.
Inside, we are all
the same.
It's just the physical appearance. You're short,
you're
tall.
different.
She's light, he's dark. You mean, but inside, even if you open a white man, an Arab, and an African, the inside is the same.
But
it's the equalizer.
I think this is sad, but we are different in the sense that kama hizo reaction ya dawa. Kama short people, the heart is closer to the legs, so.
No.
I don't know. As in, these are things people say. Aki msiniweke.
Yeah.
Okay, director wetu ni mfupi anateta, but checky. But these are things that are considered. See how a tall person reacts to medicine, bado ni different. Mark.
It's the body surface area, perhaps, not the dimensions.
It is not the height or the.
It's the total body surface area.
But see, the food takes a shorter time to reach the legs for a short person.
No. It's the same.
You don't learn that.
It's the same. You eat the food, it goes into the stomach, it takes the same time, average time for digestion before it is absorbed back as nutrients into your body and circulates in your body.
Thank you.
That system is the same.
Na nikikuja hospitali, niekewe damu yako, does that mean we are relatives? I'm sorry for this question. These are rush hour questions.
Does it mean?
Nikiekewa damu yako, it runs in my body kidogo, zizoeane. If I go to test for DNA, are we relatives?
No, you won't be relatives. The thing about blood is it has to match because we have blood groups that are standard, 4 blood group types.
A, B, O.
So either A or AB, B.
But our blood has matched.
Pardon?
But our blood has matched.
It has matched because of the similar proteins, but it's not the same when it comes
The
to
genetic
DNA.
composition.
Genetic composition is
So damu ni nzito kuliko maji, propaganda.
Si propaganda. I think hiyo inamaanisha
ukiangalia
kwa undani. Sasa tuende Kiswahili. Kwa undani inamaanisha kwamba mtu ambaye mmetoka nyumba moja, ambaye mmezaliwa pamoja na mzazi mmoja, mtakuwa na uhusiano wa karibu zaidi kuliko ule ambaye ni wakana.
Okay. Sawa sawa. Na if mtu ameumia, all doctors first of all standard ni practitioners. Ukiumia karibu na dentist, atakutibu ama anakuuliza ni kuume na meno. As in, is there any form all doctors can do basic doctors?
Yes, they can do basic.
Hata dentist atakusaidia kwanza kabla aite the next person.
Anamuitia nini? Si amesomea?
See, there is the basic part. I love after the
there's
basic.
The basic. Then now we go to
the specific
narrow down
and
to
specialization.
Niliwaambia hii doctorate hii yenu saa ingine ni 70% PR. By the for
ni
sio PR. Sio PR.
No, but it's the truth.
Yes.
Ni teamwork by the way. So PR.
Because hata kwa hiyo accident kuna zile unaita huyo dentist akuja kusaidia juu wewe hujui kucha kufanya.
Na ukitaka kujua sio PR, ile siku utashinda kukamshow hapa kwa sababu you are not feeling well when usi utitio alafu rudi kama umechekesha watu. Haitakuwa ni PR.
Tema hiyo mate maze. Asi nitawaita tu. Nisi kwa mabeste madoki but maze mnafanya kazi poa. I wish there is so much unaweza ongelea story ya medicine. The process ilikuwa very important, especially for people tuned in, wanaweza taka kujua hiyo tumeongelea tu juju the process ya how to become a doctor. Umesema ulikuwa unapiga simu home una quit, ungekuwa nini? Azin hiyo there is so much
dedication, commitment.
Yes.
Is what is required, and discipline and humility. That is what is required in the profession.
Discipline, devotion.
Without that, you will drop out of medical school. That's the reality.
Same old. Discipline, dedication, and diligence.
Yes.
That was the school motto of our school, and that's how I became a doctor. Asanteni sana.
Which school was that?
Govio Boys High School, St. Thomas More. Okay. The best school in the eastern part of this country. Should be the best part of Central Africa. In fact,
I thought you were going to say the whole of Africa. Unasema Kenya peke yake.
Nimeenda nikiexpand nimejaribu kukumbuka sijauliza shule.
Hapo umetudanganya hapo. Umetudanganya.
Aje, Govio Boys.
Sasa umeanza na Kenya kwanza.
Si nimeenda na stages, nimeenda nikigrow. Nimegrow from Eastern to Kenya to Africa. Nimeenda systematic. But asanteni sana kwa
kukaa.
Thank you very much. I went to Alliance, tunasemea wapi?
That's it for the weekend edition. See you next week. My name is Dr. Kingori.